we left it there when we were rescued, but now I realize we brought it back with us.
So many reasons for me to run in the heart.
She's hiding something.
Everybody's hiding something.
'Cause I'm just a girl.
Buzz, 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 we're back. The season 2 trailer for Yellowjackets just dropped and it looks absolutely bloody amazing. This is one of the best trailers I've seen in the last few years. So we're going to be going over everything scene by scene, second by second. So let's get right into it. Even my cat is settled in to watch the trailer.
Once upon a time, there was a place called the wilderness. It was beautiful, but it was also violent and misunderstood.
I wonder if they'll do more things like Pit Girl, where it's like not quite in the timeline where they are, where it's skipping around a little bit and it's someone who we don't know who it is, if that makes sense. Like whenever we saw everybody except Misty, like we don't know who they are, and obviously we still don't know who Pit Girl is. Also, I do have a theory about another timeline that I've been talking about for months, and I do think we get confirmation of that in the trailer, so more about that in a second.
And it waited and waited to befriend whoever arrived. The whole time, there was some darkness out there.
Moment that I step outside.
I thought we left it there when we were rescued, but now I realize we brought it back with us.
This is it. I think this is confirmation of this other third timeline. I have been talking about this for months and months, and I did talk about it in the teaser breakdown as well, that I think that they're going to introduce a third timeline where we see them after they've been rescued. And Lost, if anybody remembers Lost, they did that too. They did it a few seasons in. I think it was the 3rd season they introduced it. But I would love to see that. And I do think you see maybe a little bit more confirmation of that later on.
So many reasons for me to run in the heart.
She's hiding something.
Everybody's hiding something.
'Cause I'm just a girl.
Also, I'm sorry, but the music for this is just fucking perfect. I love this song. I danced on desks to this song when I was in high school, but I just absolutely love the music. And for anyone who doesn't know, this is a Florence and the Machine version that's coming out for the show on No Doubt's I'm Just a Girl. So it's an awesome song, but I really like this version too.
It's happening again, isn't it?
We were careful, right?
I'm losing my mind. Lottie can help us.
So if you read the Entertainment Weekly like interviews and little bits they did about Yellowjackets this past week or so, they did talk about Lottie, and actually they were saying that now as an adult, as a lot of adults do, she doesn't go by Lottie anymore, she goes by Charlotte, and how she has actually really worked on herself and she's totally healed and everything. So I do think that it's going to be different than maybe we thought, where we were thinking, oh, she's like, you know, running this wild, crazy cult. And it is more of a wellness sort of, I don't want to say cult, but a wellness clinic, a wellness group. And it does seem as though Lottie like really has it together. So maybe what happened to her, you know, she had to go through treatment and everything like that. And maybe she came out like a fully put together person and she's going to help the others. So that would be interesting.
The Lottie who was committed to a mental institution in Switzerland, Lottie?
I love how they did this with the two actors. Like, it just looks great.
We need to find a way to stay alive.
Okay, we're gonna have to go by like second by second here with we'll put it all the way through, and then I'm gonna go back and like stop through each flash so we can kind of make out what's happening.
You're a murderer.
No. I mean,
Yes.
We hear the wilderness and it hears us. We hear the wilderness and it hears us.
I think shit's gonna get a lot worse out here.
I'm just a girl.
Okay, let's go back and go through like the end. So I'm going to go through the last bits, like stop and start, so we can actually see what's happening, because the flashes are so fast that you can't even really see what's happening.
Stay alive.
So this character, I think we've seen before, that we saw like a screenshot, I think in the teaser, where they're like foaming from the mouth. It like seemed like rabies or something. So something's obviously happening there, going after Coach Ben. Nat, obviously in the wellness retreat Lottie place. Lottie with like blood in her hands. That could be they found like remnants of Adam, or something else has happened.
You're a murderer.
no. I mean,
Yes.
Lottie's wellness retreat people. Okay, so these are obviously different masks. I think I talked about this in the teaser, because their costumes and like masks, they look way better than the ones that we saw in like episode 1 flashback, and it just they're way better made than anything that could be found out in the wilderness. So I think this is either Lottie's wellness people, or stay with me now, it could be the adults in present day, because it looks to be the same amount of people if it's Shauna, Misty, Nat, Ty, Van, and Lottie. And in the scene, there's like a scene in the teaser and in this one where they're like running around like a fire, and they're out in the woods or something, the adults, and they all have these distinct like jackets on, all different colors, and Misty has one on that's like purple and white. And I've seen like a lot of clips in teasers or trailers, in still images too, and promo pictures, and it looks like a little tiny bit like this color, this purple. So it just was something I'm throwing out there. Who knows though. So yeah, it doesn't look like something good is going on there. And then it looks as though Misty meets Elijah Wood's character, I think his name is Walter, at her work. So he could work there, or he could have like his grandmother or something there, because Misty's obviously at work and has her name badge on. And then she sees Walter like pushing someone in a chair. So maybe they're just like prospectively looking at the facility or something, because he doesn't have like a name badge on, but he's with someone who does. Shauna and Ty. Nat looks to be like looking through someone's stuff. The plane. The antler queen on the plane. See, this is Lottie in like obviously her wilderness clothes, but she's in like a shopping mall. So I'm like, is this them coming out of the wilderness? However, they've been rescued or something. Again, I think that there's another timeline, so this could be happening then. Obviously, it could be some sort of like flash or vision, but just because of the way she's dressed too. Although, why would they go straight into like a mall? That's kind of odd, but you know, who knows what happens. Shauna giving birth. I did kind of have a thought that maybe the season ends with like her going into labor or something like that. Like these could be one of the last images from the season, although they did only very recently finish filming. So I'm gonna guess we do find out what happens maybe with the baby this season, because this would have to be in earlier episodes. They could have put like a very quick flash of something into the trailer from, you know, the last episode, but it's very unlikely it would be anything like this. Like, it would literally be like a very quick flash if they included anything at all from the last episode, just knowing Showtime and how they kind of work their editing process. We saw that in the trailer. Ty, don't know who's behind her. We see a lot of like these shots with the camera like pointing up at them.
We hear the wilderness.
This looks like it being dunked into the water. It looks like Nat or Misty. It's kind of hard to tell. I kind of think it's Nat, but it could be Misty. Elijah Wood's character, Nat, with like lots of blood on her face. Van's behind her too with blood on her face. It looks like Misty is in the corner here too. Coach Ben. Is that Shauna? I think it's Shauna. Yeah, I think that's her butterfly shirt too. I think that is Shauna.
Shit's gonna get a lot worse out here.
So the big question, who is on the spike at the end? I mean, it's obviously not Van, Misty. I think this is Nat, Akira, and then this could be like Ty or Shauna. It's hard to tell because it's just taller and dark hair. The person being held obviously too is not Coach Ben because they have two legs, but who it is, we'll just have to wait and see. Leave your guesses below. Leave all your thoughts about the trailer in the comment section below. I'd love to know what you guys think. I thought it was amazing, perfect song choice, and I cannot wait to see what happens this season. I'll be covering every second of it, so make sure that you're subscribed with your notifications turned on. Make sure you're also following me over on social media, and as always, make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.